embracing doubt, it's almost like embracing like the smelly kid in your class. You're like, no one really wants to be around him. There's so many questions. You don't really know where he's been or where he's going.
Doubt has been misunderstood because we've polarized doubt as the opposite of faith. And I don't think that's true. I think doubt is a way of wrestling with God.
I think there's a misconception about what faith is. We think about faith as certainty, and I think if faith is certainty, then it's not faith, because faith involves a risk. There has to be doubt in order for there to be faith.
Doubt really is at the core of what we're uncomfortable with, which is uncertainty. We want a clean cut. We want to be certain. We want to be right. We want to have not made a mistake. And so embracing doubt is at the core of how Jesus interacted with people. He was more about encouraging the right questions than to just closing the lid on the box and stopping the dialogue. And so embracing doubt is a clear way to get there.
Everyone has doubt. And whenever you're telling yourself you don't, you're basically agreeing to the concept that you already know the truth, which in a sense means you're not seeking the truth.
I always feel like it's more important to know what questions to ask rather than to know what answers you need to have. I don't deal with my doubts, I live my doubts.
When we're children, we think as children, right? Paul says. So should we not continue to grow? Should we not continue to ask questions? What does that speak of us when we no longer have doubts? And I think it's our job as members of the church to lead the way in thinking critically and asking insightful questions that reveal that we're not sure, but Jesus so often answered in questions. Why are we so afraid to answer in questions as well and seek answers together?
If you have doubt in, for example, God, then you tend to also have doubt in whoever is teaching you about God and what they're saying. So in a sense, in certain environments, you'll have leadership that's trying to make sure you don't have doubt, because that basically means you might not listen to everything they say.
We need to be people who are wrestling with this idea of God, and our doubts are something that are a part of that. Because if we're not challenging something, we might forget.
We take our experience with God that may feel all-embracing, all-encompassing, that we think gives us all the perfect knowledge we need. Realize that your own experiences with God don't give you total knowledge about God. And I think that's one of the mistakes that's made in the church.
So a doubt that has a question mark at the end is incredibly powerful, and that's how we keep moving forward.
The story of Thomas, and we've kind of couched him as the doubting Thomas and the skeptic, but Jesus didn't shame him for that. He came and gave him the proof that Thomas thought he needed.
When a life event might happen where you're unsure, that doesn't meet maybe your worldview and your understanding, how are you going to respond to those in faith? Being people who can embrace that doubt, that doubt can be something of, let's challenge and let's dive deeper into this. Let's think more deeply about where we don't see God right now and where he might show up.